Get ready to scrap together your Frankenbot. I'm the Flannel Fox Tim Swiernik, and I reviewed NeuroVoider. At its heart, NeuroVoider is a twin-stick shooter, which I love, and instead of shooting with your right stick like most twin-stick shooters, you aim. Then you use your right and left triggers to shoot each of your two equipped weapons. This really opens up the gameplay opportunities as mechanically, the aiming feels spot on. Now I've played twin sticks where you can switch between weapons, but never with access to both weapons at the same time. Blasting a gaggle of bullet bots with my machine gun, then seamlessly finishing off a super elite with a mini nuke, raises the gameplay bar for twin stick shooters. Each time that you start a new game, you choose between one of three different classes: Rampage, Dash, and Fortress. Each class has its own unique ability and own gear, with the weapons being the same for all three classes. You jump into each level with a choice between three different stages, each varying on size, elite enemy amount, and the amount of loot. Choosing the level with the most loot will always reward you if you can survive. Sometimes you're dropped into a swarm of blade-swinging, laser-wielding robots, but walking away with a load of elite weapons certainly makes the challenge worth your while. You also have a special ability that's different for each class. The Fortress class has a damage-blocking force field, while the Rampage class unleashes a barrage of bullets. Both your weapons and your special ability all drain your EP, causing you to sometimes overheat and have to wait for your EP to recharge before you can attack again. Throughout each round of gameplay, enemies drop pickups which contain different armor and weapons. Upon finishing a round, you're placed into an intermission where you rummage through everything you've scavenged during that round, either putting the new gear into action or scrapping the item for currency. This currency can either be used to gamble forge an item, which honestly never gave me anything that great, or to upgrade your existing gear. This is where I ended up dumping most of my Neuro cash. Having a varied armory of weapon types is one of NeuroVoider's high points. Once I found my artillery sweet spot, I could boost my fave weapons to their highest level, making me quite the formidable foe when it came to boss fights. Did someone say boss fights? The boss fights in NeuroVoider are bullet hell extravaganza, which is right up my alley. But this being a rogue light game, when I died and worked my way back up to the boss, I expected a different enemy. Not the case. Even when I reached the second and third bosses, even the final boss, it's just a more beefy version than the previous boss. It would have been nice to have a roster of bosses to cycle through to keep each run feeling unique. NeuroVoider is a great roguelike twin-stick shooter that goes a little too light on the rogue. The incredibly solid mechanics will keep me blasting my way through bullet hell a little while longer, but with a lack of variation in enemies and boss fights, this makes it feel a little too linear, which can become a little repetitive after it's beaten a couple of times. That's why I'm giving NeuroVoider a 7 out of 10. You enjoyed this video game review? Please subscribe to me on YouTube, like the video, comment on the video, and follow me on Twitter at TheFlannelFox. See you next time, Switchers.